Hello, this is Vinny from Pobcast.com, and I've been building quite a few new features. If you don't know what Pobcast is, it's a new media network. I'm building totally free podcast hosting, promotion, networking, communities, you name it, anything to do with podcasts, I'm your guy. And there's one thing I want to try and share with you today is that I'm building a beta iTunes review exchange system. And don't get confused with being like a botted system where you pay for fake reviews. It's not that. It's totally the difference. It's basically, if you want a review, you review somebody else. So obviously if you give someone a real review, you're going to get a real review back. And this is what it used to be in the past. I mean, this is the July iTunes review exchange system. And this is what inspired me to build this, because it's very, very confusing. A lot of these podcasts, they add themselves onto this page. You mark off who you reviewed, and obviously who you haven't reviewed you can see. But the trouble is it's really, really hard to test, and it's very easy to exploit. And there's two problems, and one of them is that I can add a podcast on here now, say that I've reviewed 10 people, they can review me back, even though I've not done anything, and then it takes a few people to go through it every single day, detect that I was actually exploiting it, and get kicked out. But I've still got 10 reviews, so I'm happy. So, and the other problem is that I actually live in Spain. So when I review people, normally they won't show up in the US marketplace. So this is an example of a podcast. As you can see here, he's received 150 ratings, but I'm on the English US side of iTunes right now. If I scroll down, I can see his reviews. If I change this now to Spain, because if I was to review this guy, just let it load up. There we go. So this is a Spanish iTunes store now, and if I scroll down, you can see straight away there's no 150 reviews. I'm going to scroll to the bottom, 0. So if I review this guy, my review will show here, but he would not know that. So I would get a negative X on this board right here, right now. And this is a problem, because this review exchange is only friendly really to the US marketplace, where I've built a system which is worldwide. And I'm going to take you through the procedure, and it's so easy. And there's a few problems with this right now, is that if I review somebody, I expect a review back from that same person. It's a direct review, which iTunes could be clever, and they can see, well, if I review you and then you review me, that review will be discarded, totally discarded. With my system is that if I review you, you confirm it, somebody else will then review me, totally random person who's on, who's actually on the system. And I'm going to show you how to get it started. Right. So on Pobcast.com, I have a beta area right now. I've just registered a totally dummy account called Tester. This is what it looks like when you log in. It is beta. There is going to be a few bugs, but it is actually working right now. But if you go to iTunes Review, this is what the page would look like. So to start with, we need to add your podcast to the review system. So I'm going to start, and this is the first time it's only going to ask you this. It's going to ask you for your iTunes handle. And this is so when you do a review for somebody, they can see that you've actually reviewed it. So I'm just going to call this test for now. And the next one is so important, and basically it's asking you where your account is based. So because I'm based in Spain, I'm on the Spanish iTunes store, App Store, you name it. So I'm going to change it to Spanish on that. And this is really important, really, really important, and I'll stress why later on. So once I've done this, I've added a handle. It's now going to ask you to add your podcast. So if you're hosted with us, you see your podcast on here. If not, you just add your podcast into the system. So test podcast. It's now going to ask for the URL. So obviously you'd go into iTunes, find out your full URL. So I'm just going to use this one for now. I'm going to paste it in here, and it will do the rest. So now we're in the system. You can see here, test podcast is actually on the review system. I'm going to quickly log on to my other account, which is my main account, and I'm just going to hit refresh. And you can see these are the people who are waiting for reviews. And you can see straight away, test podcast has been added onto the review podcast. So obviously, as you saw, it took me less than 2 minutes to set up, register, add my podcast, and straight away I can get reviews. This is how great the system is. So on the system itself, I can go to the iTunes URL. If I click, it's going to open up a new window, and it will take it to your app store. It'll detect where you're from. It'll take you to your app store, so you can see if there's any reviews. You can see the episodes. You can view it in iTunes. You name it. And I've made it extra easy as well, as that you can actually click on open in iTunes. So if you click on this, it's now going to open up that app store. And as you can see here, you can actually go in, click on ratings and reviews, give them 5 stars, write the review. Nice and easy. Once you've done it, this is what's great about this system, is, let me go back. If I click I review this podcast, so I'm going to click on it as my main account. So I pretended that I have actually reviewed it. Now, as you can see, it's not added onto the pile, because when you start on this, we're going to give you 1 free review. After that, you need to actually start reviewing people to get 1 back. I've put it so it's 2 for 1 right now, as in terms of 2 reviews get you one review back. But as we're in the beta stage, I'm going to make it 1-on-1 to encourage more and more people to do it. So you're going to get 1 free review from anyone on the system, and secondly, for every review you do after that and it gets confirmed, you will get 1 back as well. But don't get confused. If you review 10 people and only 5 people confirm that the reviews were actually real, you'll only get 5 reviews back. That's how clever the system is. So I've marked out that I've actually, funny words, I've just actually marked that I've actually reviewed that podcast. So I'm going to go back as if I was a podcast owner. I'm going to refresh this page. And as you can see here with the test podcast, 1 review is pending. So I'm going to click on the pending review. It'll actually say here, please be aware it could take a couple of days for the review to appear, which is true. Do not confirm until you see the review itself. So I can see for test podcast, the reviewer name is me, which is a Vincent Valentine Show. That's what my name is on the App Store. And it goes reviewed on the date and time. And if I click on the view online review, it would take me to that person's App Store. So in this case, it's in Spain. And I can go down there and check to see the review. And obviously, if they're from Greece, if they're from America, if they're from Australia, you name it, it would take you to their App Store to actually confirm their review. This is how great the system is. Obviously, if I click confirm this review, I will then get 1 extra point on my main account, which means I will get more reviews from other people. So whatever you put into the system, you'll get back. It's a fair system right now. So if I go back onto here as well, I can start reviewing people. So I'm going to hit refresh. And as you can see, there's a few already on the system already. I can review at any time. If you actually want to stop the reviews coming in, if you're getting too many, you can actually click disable. It'll still be on the system, but no one will be able to review you. And as you can see here, these are your stats. So it shows you how many reviews that you've actually sent, how many have been accepted, and a reversal as well. How many confirmed reviews, how many pending reviews, and your account health is basically how many reviews are going to be coming your way. But like I said, when you first start in this system, we'll give you 1 review free to get you started. After that, obviously, you need to start working onto the system. So if you just do it for 1 review, you don't expect anything else. But if you do 10 reviews and you get 10 confirmed back that they actually said yes, you were true, you'll get 10 back. It's nice and easy, nice and simple. There's no problems as well, because obviously one person that's stressed out on the Reddit forums is that it's illegal for iTunes. No, it isn't. It's not a direct review. So obviously, if I review you, you don't review me back. It's basically I review you, and then once that's been confirmed, some random person from the community will review me back. So there's no direct reviews on there. It's totally safe. Everything's all perfect. Like I said, this is in beta right now. I'm going to build on some new features later on. But also another feature that I have on the site is free podcast hosting. Totally free. And we'll give you live feeds. I'll give you a bit of an example about that. So basically I've built a system now where you can actually upload your logo, you have your own feed, how many listen requests you get, how many subscribers you got, how many tracks you got, your unique feed, you name it. I'm going to build a ranking system later on, also places to submit your feed. This is going to be a very, very big piece of software. So if you have any questions, if you're on Reddit, go to /r/Pobcast, that's Pobcast, and send your questions, send your thoughts, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.